Okay. So hopefully this is working. I had a kind of a hard time if I was gonna even put an old chapter page like I've been doing in some of these. Like I believe I did it in 403 and 405. I just decided to use this one. I was thinking about using the one with Nobunaga, um, where he says that when he's crying about Uvoken, or maybe the one when he was talking to Machi and like he wouldn't lose to a guy like that. Just to show like how the troop underestimates anybody that's not with them. Like they think they're that strong. It's just they don't believe, like they believe in their own camaraderie and friendship, but have no belief of camaraderie in others. Like they can, or they underestimate it at least. And this one, this page is pretty good though. It shows it's the second page after Gon asks, "How can you kill people who have nothing to do with you?" And he says, "I don't know. It might be because they have nothing to do with me." And he doesn't really understand himself. And Kaluuya's like, What is he talking about?" He doesn't even get it. He thinks Krollo thinks like he's like emotionless. We know this is not true. The death of Pakinoda and Uvogen hit him hard. And especially Shalnark and Cortopi. In the flashback, Shalnark was in the beginning of it. He was riding around, not riding around, but rifling through the trash with Krollo. Um, so it's basically it's hit him hard, and he doesn't really the other members know it, and that's why Bolinoff did his scheme. His scheme is going to come back to bite him though. I'm going to go break down the chapter like a little bit by page. So it begins with Tijao. It's straight from like the cliffhanger like goes right into this one. So he says that he tells Nobunaga he might need to keep the sword. And Nobunaga says that he made it. I don't know if he means he just conjured like a sword to make him think he has something, or it's an end sword. Not really sure about all that. And then we get a double page spread of the inside next to the hull of the black whales in the interior. This is between tiers 4 and 5. It holds all the waste, and that's when Nobunaga tells Chijao about how the Haley are posing as subcontractors, falsifying job interviews to kill, and that's how the ones at the end of 405 got to 51 because their other method, the warp. Well, first they were using Luini, and he was dropping them in. So then they switched to the warp, and now they switched to this like garbage man scheme. It's pretty funny. Tajao's like they could like he's not like a above the guy like above the how do I say this? He's not a very moral guy, but he's saying like he feels like a moral guy compared to uh the Phantom Troop. So Nobunaga actually, instead of giving his sword to Zhao, decides to go back, and he warns him about the what is the guy's name? The lawyer, uh, Yokotani, that's his name. Yokotani, the lawyer, about how he has that. So Faden believes that if they act in self-defense instead of attacking first, that it will work. Not really sure. We'll see if that actually happens. Then we get a picture of the oyster turning into was it an oyster? Yeah, I think it was an oyster. It looks like an oyster. Turning back into the GBS transmitter. Then this is the one. This is what I was talking about. Bolinoff underestimating the troop as a whole, underestimating the camaraderie of the enemies. Heinrich and so he breaks this down and deduces like what really happened because their whole thing was like they basically they deduce and figure out that Phantom Troop could be involved, and they said if they are involved, they're gonna go to war with Char, which is not good for the Phantom Troop because and they're gonna go to war with the Phantom Troop. And the Char, we remember with Kenny Wang, we haven't really gotten any confirmation about if he's working with Marina or what. But they're definitely Bolinoff was worried if they were gonna like seek revenge. They are gonna seek revenge. I mean, I don't think they can kill Bolinoff, but they can definitely hamper the troops' plans. So he's okay. He worked towards Hisoka's not Hisoka's Krillow's plan, and he to get up to tier 1 to find Hisoka, and he did it. He needs to contact Krillor like Krillor told him to, but I don't believe he has a way. Then Chrollo uses the ability. They didn't translate it though. What is it? 6700 Love Dial, Disgusting Phone Call. I believe that's what it's called. Like, there's nothing in the official translation about what it's actually called. I think it's 6700 Love Dial, Disgusting Phone Call. The first part might be wrong. I know the Disgusting Phone Call part is right. It's based on a band and a pop song. Apparently, he used this ability also at Heaven's Arena. I'm not sure if he was looking for Hisoka himself or and it's not really clear what who he's looking for. Some people have been speculating Kurapika. I don't think so. I do think he's looking to see where Hisoka is so he doesn't interfere with what he's doing. Okay, so then we have the page. I'm just gonna go by the official translation for this. The Sea Urn. I think that everybody's agreed on the Sea Urn. The Locust Anchorite. The Divine Mummy, Overseer of the Suggestion Battle. A lot of people saying that's what caught Kacho. I thought that was... I love that chapter. I believe it's 383. That's one of my favorite chapters. I love that batch. With Predator, Hulkenberg Awakening, and the Death of Kacho. The Sword of Accession. Given to the next king, the Sword of Good Omens. So, Chrollo says this is what he needs to level up Skill Hunter. Steal a treasure. There must be a focal point at funeral. That's where he speculates. Oh, that would have been another good page to put up here, but I just had to go for an older one, a Yorkian page. Is the room the double page spread with the room and the coffins? So, I know there was some contention about translating it at funeral hall, but that does make sense if that is where it is. I know Voracious Drake, he might have used a different term. I can't remember what term he used. But he says if they use all this stuff, right? If they're able to steal it, it will help them level up and kill Hisoka for good. I just don't get that. That's been like the little theme for the past couple chapters, killing him for good. Can Hisoka just really just say like, I don't think he could just do that on a whim. I think he just tried it that one time. I don't know if he could replicate it. The jump starting his heart and organs, his lungs, with the bungee gum. I don't know if he could do that again, but they want to be sure. They definitely pissed him off enough, so maybe he could keep coming back. And then Chrollo says that even if he dies, the spiders will go on. That's how he designed them. So he uses Love Dial again, and he finds them. They're out of Nin range. Oh, I didn't talk about that. The number of calls you have left today is ... So we don't know how many calls they has left. He used 2, so if they do give us a number, then we might be able to extrapolate that further. So he says he's upstairs. So I don't know if it's gonna continue with Chrollo's story next chapter. I kind of hope so. There's some contention right now, like if 408 is gonna come out after 407. As far as I understand it, like I don't think it will. We'll get more confirmation. Like, I also know that One Piece went on sudden break. But we'll know for sure, I think Wednesday, or they might not announce it. I feel like because like the issue is printed today, so that's why everybody knows. So that means the next issue will have to be printed in a couple days. Like, it's about to go to printing. Like, he has to finish 408 soon. And the terminology he used made it seem like it needed background retouching, which I don't understand like how it took that long for the background to be drawn, but that's just a whole other point. I like this chapter. A lot of people liked it more than I think I did. I liked the last chapter better, probably, than this one. Now, I liked 401 the best, 405 the best, the second best, and then 406. And then 402 and 404, like, somewhere in between. But that's pretty much it. If the series does go on hiatus after 407 just for 1 week, I'll probably still either make a Hunter x Hunter video or I might review a random series that I read in Jump. And I read Hakutaku. That's definitely not going to be the one I review though. Shinobi Undercover, I really am liking that lately. Ichi the Witch, I'm glad the shark thing is done. What's the other ones? Kagurabachi, Himaten. I believe that's all I read. Most likely it'd be Kagurabachi because that was a really good chapter. But we'll just see. Hopefully it doesn't go on hiatus. But even if it does, I think I'll probably put out a review for some Shonen Jump series I read. Thanks for watching.